So hello, today we are going to be looking at the new-ish Say Intentions AI air traffic control application. As the title states, it is an air traffic control based off of artificial intelligence. It is a program where you directly speak to it, just like you would as if you was a real pilot, and it would treat you as if you're a real pilot, using AI voices, AI directions, and everything. It tries to follow all correct FAA rules and regulations, and it's so far pretty cool. Not had a lot of time to play with it. I just have got it, so this is really only like my third flight with it, and the other two were very short because I didn't have a lot of time, unfortunately. So this flight's going to be somewhat of a learning experience here. And today I'm sitting in my Mooney M20R, one of my favorite general aviation airplanes to fly. And we are sitting at Space Coast Regional Airport in Florida by Cape Canaveral. So I already do have it obviously cranked up. I have everything set, ready to roll. I already have my radios tuned to Space Coast ground and the backup one tuned to the tower. So I'm ready to roll there, and I'm about ready to taxi, so I've got my lights ready. We'll check everything else in here. Everything else looks pretty good. Get my pitot heat on. Fuels looks good. I'm squawking VFR at the moment. Alright, so let's do a quick radio check just to make sure they can hear me good. Space Coast ground Mooney 0 Tango Tango radio check.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango Space Coast ground, loud and clear, how me?
Have you 5x5 Mooney 0 Tango Tango. So there we go, we got a good radio check. They can hear me, I can hear them. That is perfect. So
Mooney 0 Tango Tango, say again.
oh, shut up. Apparently you can't hear me that well. Oh well. Like I said, there's a few bugs here and there. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our departure going. Space Coast ground Mooney 0 Tango Tango at General Aviation Ramps. Request taxi to runway 36 for VF departure 5,500 feet to Melbourne International. It does take a second for it to register everything you're saying. And like I said, this is in beta stage, very early beta stage, so over time it will get faster and faster.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango. Taxi to runway 18 at your discretion. Contact tower on 118.9er when ready for departure. Altimeter 299er1.
Taxi to runway 18 at my discretion. Tower on 118.9er when ready. Mooney 0 Tango Tango. So he still wants me to take off runway 18, which is perfectly fine. The winds must be coming from that direction. They actually are. So it used the real world and corrected what I requested for the best intentions. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our taxi rolling to runway 18. And he said my discretion, so I get to go either way I want. And really, here at Space Coast, there's only really one way to get there, so that's why he probably didn't really worry about giving me instructions.
Takeoff 28, Ocala Tower, say. Again, your last transmission, you were unreadable.
Excuse me there, I was
Cleared
turning on where you can hear some other pilots talking, just to hear what they're saying and hear the AI talk to them.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 18, twin Cessna 5 Bravo Mike.
Now, most of these are not local, so you may hear.
83 Mike, contact Shreveport Tower on 121.4. Have a good evening.
You will probably hear airports that's nowhere near here. But as you hear this background call out,
Shreveport Tower 121.4.
it may be difficult to actually determine which is human and which is not, unless you just really know your air traffic control stuff.
Tower, Diamond 883 Mike. That's 3,500.
And they did not tell me to hold short runway 27 here, so I'm going to go ahead and cross. And I'm going to go ahead and look though, just to make sure, just to be safe.
Shreveport Tower, make straight in for runway 6.
Make straight in runway 6. 8.
Twin Cessna 5 Bravo Mike, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Twin Cessna 5 Bravo Mike.
In real life, to the right of me right now is the Warburg Museum that sits at Space Coast Regional. If you ever go down to this area or live in the area and you've never checked it out, definitely do, because it is awesome. Features birds from World War I all the way up to your more modern stuff, like the F-18. They got a couple F-18 Blue Angel retired jets there, and a F-14 along with the awesome XP-50 to 82 twin Mustang, and tons of other stuff. But that's just really cool stuff there. Alright, so we're holding short real quick. We're going to do our little run up here, just like you would in real life. Everything looks good. The engine didn't explode. Go ahead and ease back on the throttle here. Do have my flaps set. Let's get landing lights on, taxi lights off. And let's get permission to depart. And once I switch to the right frequency first, I gotta go to the tower. Alright, now we're on tower. Space Coast Tower, Mooney 0 Tango Tango, holding short runway 18, ready for departure.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango, Space Coast Tower, runway 18, line up and wait. Information, India is current.
Skyline 50 Romeo.
Roger, line up and wait, runway 18, Mooney 0 Tango Tango. Not sure why I'm lining up and waiting, but there could be a reason. After all, I can't see the whole field from where I'm at, so I will follow what they tell me to do. Or I could just take off, and I've actually heard that, I heard yesterday somebody take off without permission, and they actually told them to be ready to copy a number for possible pilot deviation, which I thought was pretty funny. It actually had me laughing, because that's something you would hear in real life. Not funny in real life, but funny in the simulator and the AI program actually saying that. Alright, so here we are, holding.
Bonanza 171, Alfa Romeo, parking state 55, with information, Golf, request
Mooney 0 Tango Tango winds 199er at 19er. Runway 18 cleared for takeoff.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra Memorial Airport.
Runway 18 cleared for takeoff. Mooney 0 Tango Tango.
Frequency approved. Have a good evening.
Alright, so here we roll.
7 Sierra Juliet Tampa approach. Transition through the Sarasota Bradenton Class Charlie airspace is approved. Remain this frequency. Bonanza 1 Alpha Romeo, Los Angeles ground Bonanza 171 Alpha Romeo, cleared to Yulee Airport as filed.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango, read back correct. Runway 18 cleared for takeoff.
4.3 squawk 6466.
I don't know why I just said that, but okay. Alright, positive rate of climb, gears up, flaps up. Space Coast Regional Mooney 0 Tango Tango request flight following.
Diamond 8 tree Mike winds tree 56 at 22. Runway 6 cleared to land.
Spirit Wings 12 Tree New York Center, contact Cleveland Center on 124.325. Clear to land, runway 6, 83 Mike.
Clear to Yulee Airport is filed.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango, unable to provide flight following. Contact Orlando approach on 132.65.
Bonanza 1 Alpha Romeo.
Orlando approach on 132.65. Mooney 0 Tango Tango.
1 Alpha Romeo, read back correct. Expect runway 6 right. Report ready for taxi.
Alright, so let's get that. 132.65.
Expecting runway 6 right. We will be report ready for taxi.
Spirit Wings 1 2 3.
Alright.
Skyline 50 Romeo, roger.
Hot Springs traffic, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra.
Orlando approach, Mooney 0 Tango Tango at 13,000 feet for 2,000 feet, just south of Space Coast Regional request flight following.
Spirit Wings 1 2 Tree, roger.
Boston Center, Skyline 2250 Romeo 6000.
Skyline 50 Romeo, Boston Center, roger.
Bonanza 171 Alpha
Mooney
Romeo.
0 Tango Tango, Orlando approach, squawk 5322 and addend.
Uniform Lima Lima, India. Springs traffic, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra is 8.5
Squawk
miles
5322.
west of the airport.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango.
Runway 21.
Nobody's listening on 134.25.
Bonanza 1 Alpha Romeo, Bonanza 171 Alpha Romeo. Mooney 0 Tango Tango, radar contact. It appears there has been a misunderstanding.
Cool, so there we go. Got it.
An IFR
Got now flight following.
which is Pulkovo Airport in St. Petersburg, Russia. However, you are currently at Los Angeles Airport and have not filed an IFR flight plan with the FAA. If you intend to fly VFR and would like flight following to your destination, please file a VFR flight plan and provide your requested cruising altitude.
Diamond 8 tree Mike contact Shreveport ground on 121.175.
Alright, so now we're just going to sit here and cruise our way to Melbourne International, which is just south of us, not too far.
121.175. Diamond.
I'm going to go ahead and trim out my aircraft
Spirit
here.
Wings 12 Tree, New York Center, roger.
Nobody's listening on 134.325.
Shreveport ground, Diamond 883 Mike is clear of runway at Bravo 2. Request taxi to general aviation parking. Spirit Wings 12 Tree, Youngstown clearance. This is clearance. You are in the air, unable to assist. Diamond 883 Mike, Shreveport ground taxi to general aviation parking via Bravo Alpha cross runway 24.
And Traverse City ground, this is 00 Bravo, ready to taxi, information India.
Taxi to general aviation via Bravo Alpha cross runway 24. Piper 0 Sierra Bravo taxi to runway 10 via Bravo Alpha contact tower on 124.2 when ready for departure. Hot Springs traffic, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, currently 4 miles east of runway, inbound to land runway 21. Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, Hot Springs.
Okay, we'll taxi Bravo Alpha, and we'll contact tower on 124.2. 00 Bravo.
Hot Springs traffic, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra is turning final for runway 21. Hot Springs traffic.
Bonanza 171 Alfa Romeo, Los Angeles clearance. We will be cancel flight up.
Bonanza 1 Alpha Romeo negative. You are in controlled airspace. Make request after you're outside of my airspace. Spirit Wings 123, this is clearance. You are in the air. Unable to assist.
Goodbye.
Hot Springs traffic, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra, 2 mile final for runway 21. Hot Springs traffic. Bonanza 1 Alpha Romeo understood. Mooney 0 Tango Tango, contact Melbourne Orlando Tower on 118.2.
Contact Melbourne Tower on 118.2. Melbourne Tower, Mooney 0 Tango Tango.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango, Melbourne Orlando Tower, enter left downwind for runway 23.
Left downwind, runway 23. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Roger, left downwind for runway 23. Mooney 0 Tango Tango. That's better. That's a smaller runway anyway, which is fine. I mean, I can handle the smaller runway. Just being in this, it's... can't really see it from here, but...
On 132.4. Have a good evening.
Trying to hold about 1,600 foot now that I've got air traffic control on my side. And we're squared away with what's going on. 1,600 foot's the pattern entry altitude.
This is clearance. You are in the air. Unable to assist.
If you want to know more about pattern entry altitudes and stuff like that and VFR flight and follow more of the actual rules, I do have a video for that under my flight guides. Should be a playlist. I got a couple of them in there. They're pretty good. Pretty good information, how to read VFR charts and all that fun stuff. But there's runway 23. If you're not familiar with the area, you probably don't see it. But if you know this airport, you can probably see where I'm looking at. And I'm supposed to be entering left downwind, so I'm going to go out a little further before I make my right-hand turn. You're supposed to be a couple miles out before you do it. This ain't going to be a teardrop formation entry. This is going to be just kind of a standard pattern entry because I'm out to the side. I didn't have to cross midfield or anything like that.
Cessna 7 Sierra Juliet Tampa Tower, make straight in for runway 28.
And in a second. We'll start slowing down too and get some flaps ready. Let's just look at some of the scenery here. It's a pretty day. Very pretty day.
Cessna 7 Sierra Juliet.
Alright, let's go ahead and start slowing down here. And we'll start making my turn for entry.
Okay, for runway 28, I'm reporting final when I'm close, so thank you.
I do not mind if I slowly start losing altitude, since I am actually starting to join the pattern here slowly. Once I'm in the pattern, I need to be at 1100 feet AGL.
And Traverse City departure 0 Sierra Bravo, hold short 01, ready for departure.
Piper 0 Sierra Bravo.
Slowly decreasing my airspeed until I can get low enough to deploy my first flaps.
We'll line up and wait for 0 Sierra Bravo.
Getting ready to be left downwind. As you can see, the runway up here now, it's still kinda hidden. But I'm getting ready to start making my right turn so I can enter the left downwind. She didn't say advise when I was left downwind, but just for the sake of it, I will go ahead and do it. Melbourne Tower, Mooney 0 Tango Tango, left downwind, runway 23. Just for situational awareness purposes. Not like the airspace is busy or anything like that anyway, but I'm not quite perfect.
Mooney 0 Tango Tango, winds 224 at 19er. Runway 23 cleared to land.
Runway 23 cleared to land, Mooney 0 Tango Tango. Pretty strong winds down here today too. We got, looks like gusts from 15 to 20.
And Traverse City Tower, this is 0 Sierra Bravo, we're ready for departure, runway 01.
Piper 0 Sierra Bravo, runway 10 cleared for takeoff.
Landing gear out, full flaps. So not a bad flight, not a bad flight at all. A couple hiccups here and there, nothing too crazy. For a beta stage, so far I'm very impressed. I can only be excited for what more is to come and to see more things implemented, more design aspects to it, more accuracy and speed, and my goodness, you can see the turbulence we're getting here from, whoa, goodness gracious. A little low there now, but yeah, it's pretty cool so far. I'm really enjoying it. Definitely adds a good level of immersion, especially if you like VFR flying, like myself. Alright, doing my flare here. A little long on the flare, but I've still got plenty of room. Smooth touchdown, and we'll just let it roll on out to the end.
Piper 0 Sierra Bravo, contact departure on 132.9er.
Hot Springs traffic, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra is entering runway 31 for takeoff to the west, heading to Little Rock.
And say again for 0 Sierra Bravo.
Didn't quite follow that center line too perfect, couldn't quite see it.
10 Alpha Sierra.
Get past this whole short line,
Contact departure on 1T.
and we're going to go ahead and get
Mooney
there
0 Tango
clean.
Tango, contact Melbourne ground on 121.9er.
121.9er, Mooney 0 Tango Tango.
And departure, this is 0 Sierra Bravo, flying.
And that's great, it recognized that I did clear the runway.
Piper 0 Sierra Bravo, Minneapolis Center, roger.
And go ahead and get the airplane cleaned up here, flaps up, landing, or taxi lights on, landing off. Switch my frequency here. Melbourne ground, Mooney 0 Tango Tango, clear runway 23, request taxi to general aviation ramp.
Hot Springs traffic, Comanche 610 Alpha Sierra has taken off and clears runway. Eastbound to Little Rock. Little Rock approach, Comanche 610 Alpha
Mooney 0
Sierra.
Tango Tango, Melbourne, Orlando ground taxi to the general aviation ramp via Alpha cross runway 9er right. At Alpha, hold short of runway 5 at Alpha. Contact tower on 118.2 when ready for departure. Spirit Wings 123.
Yeah, like that, I do not want to go all the way over there. That's for cargo. Technically, it's almost where I'm at, but they don't
Nobody is listening on 135.4.
have all the taxis or the positions implemented yet at the airports, from what I understand, so they don't always understand where you want to go. There is a parking over there where he told me to go, but that's more for cargo. General aviation is actually right over here. That where he was going, literally all the way on the other side of the field. So that's just one of the small things they're working on. It's mostly your smaller random airports that doesn't work quite right. Your bigger airports, from what I understand, works pretty well. So we're just going to go over here and park at the Florida Tech area, which is where I first started school a couple years ago. Alright. This airport is a mod airport too, by the way. It's free on FlightSim.2. If you're interested, you can easily find it on there.
Frequency 124.4, squawk, tree 201.
The aircraft I'm in, of course, is the Carionado, so it is a paid aircraft and highly worth it. We'll just park here and shut down.
Runway 28 cleared to land.
Whoops.
Minneapolis Center, this is 00 Bravo. We'd like to request direct Emma.
Delta Juliet is cleared to Martha's Vineyard as filed. Con maintain 3000 on departure. Contact 124.4 squawk.
And hope you enjoyed watching it and maybe have learned something, got some insight on it. There is a free tutorial you can do, or not tutorial, free demo you get for 24 hours, and from what I was reading, it resets every 3 months. So you can come back and check and see the new updates they've implemented to see if you're ready for it then. I will leave a link to the website for you to check out more on it. You can also listen to live flights on there that people are doing, which is where you're hearing these other people from. I do have that running in the background, which is pretty cool. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe to see more that I'll be doing with this in the future, especially when I start to get a little more free time. But again, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Safe flying.
Flight level 250. Stay under 220 knots until reaching